Hello, welcome to Do It Yourself with Wayne. Today we're out here in our asparagus garden. It's mid to late January and it's time to take all these dead fronds off the asparagus. As you can see, they're really dead. When you cut these off, don't cut them too early. Wait till just before spring, before your asparagus starts to sprout, of course, when these are good and dry. You don't want to cut them if they're not good and brittle like that. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to prepare this, but I got a little bit of a head start on you. You see this yellow rope in my hand, these posts. One problem that I have is my asparagus fronds in the spring or summertime, they tend to fall over, and that gets in the way of walking around, and I don't like it. So what I do is I take this rope, these 4 posts, and I just circle it, and that keeps them standing up a little bit neater. I don't know if it really helps, but it makes me feel better. So anyway, that's what the rope's all about. So in moving forward, to get started, got a pair of hand pruners. I'm gonna cut all these fronds off just a little above the ground, 1 inch or 2 above the ground. It's not real critical, but you want to cut them all off. Something like that. Now I'm not going to waste your time by having you watch me cut all these, but when you use these, don't put these in your compost pile. I would recommend you either burn them or throw them away somewhere. Apparently there's an insect of some sort or bug or something that can live in these dead dried fronds that can cause problems with your asparagus over time. So don't compost these, don't use them for mulch, either throw them away or burn them. So that's what we're going to do with this. So next thing we're going to do, I'm going to finish cutting all these down, and then I'll show you what's next. Now at this point, I've cut all the old fronds back, and I also took my garden rake and raked the leaves back. Now you may not have a lot of leaves, but I do, because I got a lot of trees just behind me. There's also one right there that you can't see. Good size oak, so I get a lot of leaves out here. I'm going to use those leaves for mulch, but I want to put some fertilizer down under them. So I raked them back a little bit. And one thing I also noticed, and you may or may not have this problem, I thought I had pulled all my weeds out after I got the fronds cut off, but when I raked those leaves back a little bit, I realized I missed a lot of the weeds too. Not a lot, but there was some in there, so I got those out. And like I said, just use plain old garden rake. So now I'm going to put out my fertilizer. This is just plain old 10, 10, 10. I'm not going to measure it or anything. Just sprinkle a light dusting around. Something like that. Don't want to go too heavy with it. Then I'll pull those leaves back this way. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to get me a bag of cow manure. I'm going to put that over this, over the fertilize. Then I'll pull the leaves over this way. Then I'll do the same thing on the other end, and then get a nice layer of leaves on top of all that. And that's the way I'm going to leave it. So I cut all the fronds off, 1 inch or 2 above the ground. Got all my weeds out. They weren't many, but I went ahead and pulled them. Then I pulled back the leaves or mulch or whatever you may have to make sure you got all the weeds. A little bit of fertilizer, don't go too heavy, you don't want to burn them. Some cow manure, and then come back with mulch. Pull it back. And at that point, you just wait for your asparagus to grow. Now, we'll hopefully do another video later in the year, because this is our 4th year with this particular bed. And if you look up here, I'll show you what the seeds look like. Ours produced a lot of seeds last year, because this coming year will be our 4th year for this particular bed. So we're expecting to get a good crop of asparagus this year. So hopefully we'll show you a video of that a little later in the year when they start producing well. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. And I'd just like to say DIY with Wayne is all about teaching you how to do things yourself to save money. Gardening is a big part of saving money. It's also a big part of eating healthy. So if you're interested in saving money, eating healthy, gardening, I do a lot of repair things around the house as well. subscribe to our channel and we'll help you learn how to do things yourself to save money. So anyway, this is DIY with Wayne. We really appreciate you visiting and we hope you have a great day.